Oh yeah, Redskins, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh my god! Why the fuck do I have this? In the trash where it fucking belongs. Alright, guys, I'm here coming at you live with a. Live, wow. I'm thinking I'm streaming. Alright, so I'm here coming at you guys with a review of Sword Art Online Season 2, Episode 1, called Gun World. If you didn't know, here, let me put this down. If you didn't know, pretty much this whole thing about Sword Art Online, it's in a game called Gun Gale Online. So pretty much what that means is it's a whole new world, and honestly, going into this, I was kind of suspect. I guess that's a good word to use because of how I wasn't a fan of the second half of the last season, where they turn into fairies at Elfin Online, and so I was kind of looking forward to this somewhat, but I was also kind of skeptic. But the trailers really got me hyped, and I was really liking it. Especially since I haven't read any of the novels pertaining to the Sword Art Online, and it was a new story, and I was hyped for it. But this episode didn't really do it justice. It pretty much, let me put it this way, the ending sequence, I don't know if that's going to be the new opening or if that's the ending, that got me more hyped than the actual episode itself. Let me just start off with that. So we start off, it's in the game Gun Gale Online, and there's this guy, he's on a stream with another player and a host, and he's talking big game, he's really cocky, he's talking about how the old way of being strong in the game is now outdated, which was high agility and high firepower. If you had those two, you were good, except for now he found a new way. It was never said, it wasn't said, but he's sitting there, he's talking, he's running his mouth, and what happens after that is this shady character, he has a mask, he has a cape on, trench coat, whatever you want to call it, and he is watching it on a monitor in a bar, I'm guessing, with everyone else, and he aims his gun at the monitor, and he's like, Xseed, this cocky guy's named Xseed, he's like, you will be judged by divine power. He takes a shot at the screen, everyone laughs at him like, what is this bozo doing? And then seconds later, Xseed dies. He clenches his heart. Later we find out he dies from a heart attack. So the first thing that made me like this, I really like this because other people who review anime actually brought it up too. The whole element of death in Sword Art Online, in a game, the actual element of you can die is now back. It's not as regular as it was in Aincrad, because if you die once in that game, then you're done for good. This time in Gun Gale Online, if you get shot by this guy, then you're dead. But still, the death element is back in the story, which helps it out a bunch. That's why I believe why people got into it in the first place. And after that, pretty much, we jump over to everyone's favorite couple. Honestly, I ship them too. It's Kirito and Asuna. They're meeting up, and at the time they're meeting up, it's about a year after Aincrad and everything happened. And they keep bringing up, what is the difference between reality and virtual reality? What is the biggest difference? And Kirito pretty much sums it up in one sentence. The difference is the amount of information that is in each world. And they go on a little date, they go to the park, they talk, and this part, I mean, I ship Kirito and Asuna, but holy fucking, excuse my language, bleh, was this boring. I'm sorry, just the whole talking back and forth. I mean, they talked about what they want to do in the future. Kirito wants to be a game creator, and Asuna wants to stay with him forever. So, yeah, there was that. And they were also talking about how they also would like to have Yui with them as much as they can. And Kirito was saying like that could happen in the near future. They're building the technology to get more information and sensory into whatever. It was a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo that I really wasn't paying attention to. And then it kind of flashes back 4 hours before they met, and Kirito meets with that guy that was in that summary episode, that summary hour and a half episode we got before season 2 aired. And he's pretty much talking to Kirito over a very expensive lunch. And he's pretty much telling Kirito about this new guy in Gun Gale Online that's causing trouble. And I don't think I gave you guys his name. His name is Death Gun. He calls himself Death Gun, and the gun he wields also Death Gun. They are one, pretty much. And he pretty much tells him about this guy Death Gun that's been causing havoc in Gun Gale Online. And we only saw the one incident, but apparently there has been numerous incidents, and he only targets the strong people. Don't really know why. I would really like to find out in this upcoming season. But other than that, I mean, he's just trying to talk Kirito into helping him out, pretty much. And pretty much what he wants to do is he wants Kirito to get shot by him. And he's like, what if I die? He's like, well, what if you don't die? That was pretty much his major argument. But it just keeps coming back to, can what exists in virtual reality transfer over to the real world? That's a big topic in this story. It's obvious, it's gonna be brought up numerous times. And then after that, pretty much he's back with Asuna again, and he kind of fails to tell her that he is gonna go into Gun Gale Online and do this. That's pretty much where it ends. And then no, and then it goes to actually in the game, and this girl, her name is what is her name? Her name is Shinon. Okay, she is posted up about, I think it was 1,500 meters away, and she has her crosshair set on a target. Remember, this whole thing is about guns. It's Gun Gale Online. And she's talking to somebody over the radio, and pretty much she gets orders to open fire, and she takes out this one guy, and it's pretty obvious she's badass with a rifle. She's amazing with a rifle, and she is also another main character that's going to happen in this new series. We're going to get introduced to her later, hopefully, and that was pretty much the end of it. But what got me really hyped was the ending. The ending where we saw Kirito as a girl, I guess, I don't know, but with his like laser sword, and he's just going in, deflecting bullets, going in, cutting people up. And when he's actually like the little like sequence we see of him fighting Death Gun, it was so hype. The music behind it was amazing. I think it's like Lisa or something like that did it again. I can't remember the name of the band, but it was amazing as always. It's Sword Art Online. I also want to say this: if you're complaining about the romance in Sword Art Online still, you're wasting your time, man, or girl. You're wasting your time. They're obviously making that one of the priorities in the story. They did with the last season, from about episode 6 onward. And it's obviously going to be a main point in this season. Hopefully not as much, but the romance is still there. It's not smart if we're just going to still complain about it. But other than that, I mean, the things that I'm interested in finding out is, 1, this Death Gun guy, is he the only one, or is it an organization? 2, his motive, obviously. 3, why is Kirito a girl? I know it's not a big deal, but I'm curious why. Is it to hide his identity or something? That could be a point. And 4, will they be able to bring stuff from virtual reality to reality? I mean, it's going in that direction. They keep bringing it up, and they keep, like, all I want to see is by the end of the season is Yui chilling with Kirito and Asuna in the real world. That would pretty much be awesome. In my perspective, a lot of people would just be like, meh, but I would really like to see that. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys. leave me a comment. Tell me how you thought this first episode went. It was pretty much just a catch-up episode, if you can call it that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys. See ya.